I first came across PewDiePie's channel back in 2014 and I was only about 11 years old. The way I originally found his content was through YouTube recommended back when South Park The Stick of Truth came out. If any of you guys remember that game, PewDiePie was doing a let's play of it and it would come up in like the recommended home section of YouTube. Back then I'd only watch YouTube for things like, you know, Shmo Ho or ASTF movie or Fred or something. Also some Minecraft, because, you know, everyone loves that Minecraft. I think it was like the 3rd or 4th episode that I decided to click on because of the thumbnail, or maybe it was a bit further than that, I'm not really sure. But I watched it, and as weird as the concept was to me back then, like playing a video game and recording it, because like I said, I did watch Minecraft Let's Plays, but for some reason that was different to me. I don't really know why. So watching this was really interesting to me, and I decided that I wanted to watch the whole series, and so I went back to part 1 and started watching the whole series from then, and I was just kind of hooked. I'd come back every day for the videos. Now at this time, I had no idea that YouTube was a job, or that I could possibly be made money out of, or that it could be a job at all. And the way I realised it was at the end of one of these South Park videos, Felix said something like, "I'll see you tomorrow." And that really confused me at the time, because until then, I thought Felix was only like a teenager, which you were in your 20s. You're welcome, I guess. Then I took a further look into his channel and realised that he uploaded like twice a day.
I'm trying to make these episodes extra long for you bros, and we're gonna keep them daily. So let's keep this going, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'll see you tomorrow, bros. Love you. Bye.
I don't remember how exactly I found out, but then I realised that YouTube could be a career, and from then on, I looked at YouTube in a different way. Because like I said, before this, I would just be watching YouTube for music or memes before they were even called memes, I guess. I never really considered it as a substitution for TV, which is basically what it is in my life now. I don't really watch television at all. If I do, it's only on certain days of the week, and most of the time they're things that have been recorded or on catch-up. I would say 90% of my entertainment now comes from YouTube and YouTubers, and I don't think if it was for PewDiePie that would have been like that. I think at this time he had about 24 million subscribers, which, looking back, that's like a third of what he has now, and even then he was the most subscribed YouTuber. That's insane to think about, how it's a 60 million gap now and he was still the most subscribed back then, and only now after 5-6 years that he's been overtaken. It's insane to think about. Now, like I said, after this South Park Stick of Truth series, I started watching more of his content. I think a lot of them were random one-offs. I think I watched The Crooked Man, and I started watching YouTube a lot more often. I remember watching it in the front room on my laptop, like on like a little table, and my sister behind me was really confused. She was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, it's a game." She was really confused as to why there was a man in the corner. And to be fair, back then I couldn't explain it. I didn't understand either. But not long after, I started to do the same thing. To a lot worse quality, mind you. There's a lot of inspiration for me to start YouTube myself as a little 11, 12-year-old kid. You know, some of them being my friends, some being Sunday, the Minecraft YouTuber. But a lot of it was PewDiePie. And I know that kind of sounds stupid and cliche, like, oh, of course he was your inspiration. But he really was. I can't really put my finger on why he was specifically. I know a lot of people would say it's because he was the #1, but I really don't think that had anything to do with it. Of course, his content was a lot different back then, and it was a lot more, I guess, childish, you could say, even though I know the media likes to paint it out as he was just like a child-friendly Let's Player back then, even though he was not. You know, he would make gay jokes and rape jokes and stuff. Let's just move on from that. And it's weird to say that 5 years forward, that I still love his content, and I still appreciate him as the creator he is, and I still have a lot of respect for him. There are a lot of YouTubers who I've been watching for, I don't know, a couple of years, who I do not enjoy the content of anymore. I barely watch. I lost respect for because of things they did. But something about PewDiePie, with the way he changed his content, how honest he seemed, there's something about his channel that kept me here 5 years later, about to finish high school. And here I am, still making content. If it wasn't for PewDiePie as well, then I wouldn't have found a lot of the content creators that I now know of. Kick the PJ, Emma Blackery, Cinnamon Toast Ken, Cry, Jacksepticeye. Very different content to Fred. This whole T-Series versus PewDiePie thing has been really interesting to watch over the last few months. From October to now, beginning of March, middle of March, he has gained about 21 million subscribers, and that's all because the community has come behind him as this one creator. It's really cool to see a YouTuber who's been through so much controversy is still so big on YouTube. I feel like it's only because his fans that has happened. I mean, we've seen from YouTubers like Mumkey Jones and Onision and stuff like that, that if YouTube themselves want a YouTuber channel to die, just to not represent their platform anymore, they can do that. They have the power to do that. I'm not going to say that YouTube has tried to silence PewDiePie or they've tried to make them less successful, but I really think that it is clear to see that YouTube is no longer on his side in a way, and the fact that he's still #1 and has been #1 for this whole time, he still has such a dedicated fan base, really says something. I'm not going to go too much into the controversies that he's been in, but I know that I'm still on his side for all that kind of stuff. A lot of YouTubers who go through controversies lose tons of their fans, lose tons of subscribers, but the way he approaches his apologies, the ways that he just is about them, something about him has kept these people on his side for so long. I don't think he's had a negative sub day in a very long time. Now, for someone who's been on YouTube for 10 years or something, that's really incredible to say. Now, after this whole T-Series vs PewDiePie thing has finished or is about to finish, it'll be really interesting to me to see where his career goes from here. As we've seen, he's gone from making content that he really enjoys to content that he just makes for viewers, and is now just leaving that and making just stuff he enjoys again. And I feel like as long as he does that, and as long as he stays true to himself, then there'll be a lot of people who will stay behind him just to see how he does and to support him in his endeavours. I just really think this whole thing has really brought out the YouTube community and been able to see how powerful it is, as much as it's something maybe silly. PewDiePie was meant to be overtaken on October. We're here in March, and there's still a sub gap. That's insane to think about. Now, wherever YouTube goes from here, with T-Series being #1, as much as there's been a lot of hate thrown around to T-Series, I hope they do well. I hope they represent the platform well and don't make the platform look fucking stupid. And I also really hope YouTube don't just leave behind all the independent creators. I can't see them doing it, but I can really see them going towards it. But I guess to end this, I just want to say thank you to PewDiePie. I know he's not going to watch this. I'm very aware he's not going to watch this. Without your videos, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably have some kind of other interest. But I've been on YouTube for over 5 years now, and it's been up and down. There's been good content, really shit content, stuff that I'm glad that I privated, because Jesus Christ, I was a cringy 12-year-old. But I feel like without YouTube, I wouldn't have met a lot of my friends. I wouldn't have played a lot of video games I really enjoyed. I wouldn't have found certain musicians. I wouldn't, have this entertainment source that is better than TV, let's be fair. I built my channel up from nothing on my own. And I've made this content on my own. And I've edited, made thumbnails for, and done all this stuff on my own. Of course, I might have had help along the way, but this YouTube channel, I know it might not be seen as very successful in a lot of people's eyes, but I don't know, for someone like me, I'm just really proud of it, and I'm really proud of what I've got, and just to see that it's, I've succeeded in this on my own is amazing. And again, without PewDiePie, I would not have all this. I would not have made half the content I would have made. I would not have a lot of the goals that I have right now if it wasn't for that bloody South Park A Stick of Truth episode where you give an abortion. So I think now that this whole thing's over, that we should all say thank you. I can't imagine how stressful being #1 on a website could be, and how, having all the mainstream media and all these people spreading lies about you and trying to attack you. I cannot imagine how stressful that must be. And the pressure of being #1 can turn people a little bit narcissistic, let's be fair. But it's looked like across the way, some people could say that the controversies helped with that PewDiePie has stayed as the normal YouTuber. You've made a lot of content that have made me laugh. You made a lot of content that have made a lot of people laugh. Of course, you've made some things that have offended some people, but whatever. Keep doing you, man. Thank you, PewDiePie, for being such an inspiration and for entertaining me for so long, and for being the gateway to this amazing thing that is the YouTube community. And thank you, the subscribers of PewDiePie, who I'm sure is 95% of the website at this point, for showing that anyone can make a difference, and that all it takes is someone to be recognized. Let's think about, Jacksepticeye Just think about all the musicians like Party in the Backyard that PewDiePie's had on. Without a devoted community, those people would not be where they are. Of course, Jack had talent, and of course, Party in the Backyard had talent. I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm saying that without a devoted community who are dedicated and who want to support other people, they would not have the careers they have. Of course, there are the bad people in the community, the T-gayers, but YouTube is really an amazing thing. Again, thank you PewDiePie for everything, and thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever I make. So thanks for watching, take it to your friends, and goodbye. Oh, and I almost forgot. From the bros to the 9-year-olds, even though it doesn't do this anymore, I feel like we should end this war. I want to kill myself.
Are you fucking kidding me?